In this lecture, we'll discuss about IGBT, its characteristics, that is both the static VA characteristics and switching characteristics. So in static VA characteristics, we have two different characteristics. One is the transfer characteristics, another one is the output characteristics. So this is a circuit diagram used for obtaining the characteristics. So this is the symbol for IGBT. Okay, IGBT basically has three terminals: collector terminal, emitter terminal and gate terminal. Okay, so here a voltage source VCC is connected in between collector and emitter terminal, with collector terminal as positive. So the voltage across this collector and emitter terminal is VCE. Okay, so now a gate voltage is applied across gate and emitter terminal, with the gate made positive with respect to emitter, and VGE is the voltage across gate and emitter terminal. So the IGBT will be turned on only when this voltage is applied across the gate terminal. So this VG is a variable voltage. Once the VG is varied and if it reaches a value called VGET, the threshold value, then only the current will start flowing through the device. So this is the collector current. Okay. So now we'll see the transfer characteristics. So this transfer characteristics is a characteristic curve drawn between gate emitter voltage and collector current. So if we vary the gate emitter voltage, so the current will not flow until a particular value called a threshold voltage is reached. Okay, so until a threshold value is reached, the current will not flow through the device. So here the current is 0 until it reaches a threshold value. So above the threshold value, the gate emitter voltage is increased. The current will start flowing through the device. So the current also increases along with the voltage. So this is the transfer characteristics. So this characteristics of IGBT is similar to that of the MOSFET. So now we will see the output characteristics. So the output characteristics is the characteristics drawn between VCE and IC by keeping VGE, gate emitter voltage, at a constant value. So that is initially gate emitter voltage is kept at one particular value. Say for example VGE is kept at VGE 1. Okay, so now if VCE is increased, so this collector current remains almost constant. So even if we increase the collector emitter voltage, the collector current will not increase. So this is because the collector current mainly depends upon the gate emitter voltage. So now if we increase this gate emitter voltage from VGE1 to VGE2, okay, so the magnitude of the collector current will rise. So whereas it remains almost constant with the increase in collector emitter voltage. Okay, so as we keep on varying this gate emitter voltage, that is gate emitter voltage is increased in steps from VGE1 to VGE7. So accordingly we will get different characteristic curves. So this output characteristics of IGBT is similar to that of a bipolar transistor. So next we will discuss the switching characteristics. The switching characteristics include both the turn on and turn off characteristics of IGBT. So this IGBT is turned on by giving a gate voltage, and similarly it is turned off by removing the gate voltage. So now we will discuss the turn on time. So this turn on time is composed of two time intervals. One is the delay time and the rise time. So now turn on time is the sum of delay time and rise time. So first we'll see delay time. So these delay time, in general, the switching characteristics are defined in terms of current and voltage waveforms. So in the case of a delay time, it is defined as the time required for the collector emitter voltage to fall from VCE to 0.9 VC, that is from its initial value to 90% of its initial value. Okay, so whenever the device is turned on, so the voltage will fall and the current will start rising. It is also defined in terms of the collector current. So this delay time in terms of collector current is defined as the time taken by the collector current to rise from its initial leakage current. So initial leakage current is the minimum value of current flowing through the device, the ICE, to 10% of its final value. That is IC. IC is the final value of the current. So next, rise time. So it is defined as the time during which the collector emitter voltage further falls from 90% to 10% of collector emitter voltage. Similarly, in terms of collector current, it is defined as the time taken for the collector current to rise from 10% IC to its final value IC. So now turn on time is the sum of delay time and rise time. So once the device is turned on, so the collector current will be equal to IC, and the collector emitter voltage falls to a small value called the conduction voltage drop. So that is defined by VCES. So where S denotes the saturated value. So next we'll see the turn off time. So turn off time is also divided into 3 intervals. One is the delay time, second one initial fall time TF1, and third one final fall time TF2. So now the turn off time is given by the sum of TDF plus TF1 plus TF2. So we'll discuss one by one. So first, delay time. So once the gate voltage is removed, gate voltage is removed, then the gate emitter voltage will start falling. So it will start falling from VGE to the threshold voltage. So the time taken for this initial fall, that is defined as a delay time. So initially it will fall from VGE to its threshold value, VGET. So at the same time, the collector current also falls. Whenever the gate voltage is reduced, the collector current also reduces. So this collector current will fall from IC to 90% of IC. So this is defined as a delay time. So next, initial fall time. So it is defined as a time during which the collector current will further fall from 90% to 20% of its initial value IC. At the same time, the collector emitter voltage rises. Collector emitter voltage rises from VCES to 10% VCE. And final fall time. Here the current will finally fall from 20 to 10% of IC. At the same time, the voltage, that is the collector emitter voltage, will rise from 10% of VCE to its final value VCE. So this is the graph showing the switching characteristics. So this is the gate emitter voltage, and GET is the gate emitter threshold value. So now whenever the switch is turned on, this collector emitter voltage will start falling from its initial value VCE to 90%. So at the same time, the collector current will start rising from its minimum value leakage current ICE to 10% of IC. So during this interval, the collector emitter voltage will fall, whereas collector current will rise. So this is a delay time, and with the further increase in this gate emitter voltage, this VCE will fall. At the same time, this IC will rise. So this is the rise time. So TDN plus TR is equal to T on time. So during on time, the collector current is equal to IC, and the collector emitter voltage will fall to VCES. This is the saturated value. So once the gate voltage is removed, this gate emitter voltage will start falling. So with the fall in the voltage, the collector current also falls. So initially it will start falling from IC to 90%. So this time interval is defined as a delay time, and further with the decrease in the gate emitter voltage, the current will further fall from 90% to 20%. At the same time, this collector emitter voltage will start rising. So this is the initial fall time, and finally the current will fall from 20% to its minimum value. At the same time the voltage will rise up. Okay, so this time is the final fall time. So these three, TDF plus T1, TF1 plus TF2, will constitute the off time of the device.